This week, the first good movie in nearly a month finally hit this area.
Morning, dear. Here, dear. Leave that to me, please.
Yeah.
Oh. Aren't they lovely? We can have them for breakfast.
Time Bandits isn't for everyone, but I think it is safe to say that if you like any of the Monty Python's flying circus shows and or Faulty Towers and or any of the Monty Python films, that you will greatly enjoy Time Bandits. In regards to the vulgarity, crudity, and brutality normally associated with the humor in Monty Python films, Time Bandits is much, much tamer than any of its predecessors.
I never met anyone that does what you do before. Put your head down on the pillow. Open your robe. Oh my God.
That was a review clip from a bad movie that deservedly came to town and left in the course of 1 week. It was called Tattoo, and it starred Bruce Dern as a weird tattoo artist who was under the belief that men and women should only commit themselves to one person in their lives, and that they should only consummate that commitment after both of their bodies had been completely and entirely covered with tattoos. There's only one problem. The girl he chooses as his mate has no interest in him, let alone his concepts. So there's only one thing to do. Kidnap the girl and force his tattooing on her, and hopefully she'll learn to love it, and him. There's one good thing about this movie, the soundtrack. Well, last week I told you that I would talk about The Pursuit of D.B. Cooper. I mean, I thought, hey, with Robert Duvall and Treat Williams starring, this has got to be a good movie, right? Well, it just goes to show you. What this movie is a theory of who the famous criminal is and the events that took place following the famous heist. What this theory is a ridiculous, over-imaginative leap to totally unfounded conclusions that does nothing more than make money for the person who conceived it. The story personifies D.B. Cooper as a good old boy who was never smart enough to accomplish much of anything, and yet he manages to pull off this incredibly elaborate heist. Afterward, he stops home just long enough to sweep up his unbelievably gullible wife and say goodbye to his dad, who isn't quite so gullible.
You do want a pat on the head?
No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. I was great, Dad. I was really great. Everything you taught me. Logistics, timing, and cover your ass. Nobody got hurt.
I'm not impressed, you know. You're still an outlaw.
Oh, so I'm an outlaw. Said a couple times, don't mean much. Outlaw, outlaw, outlaw. But I'm a very successful outlaw.
This movie also has only one good thing about it, the stunt work. Although the stunts are completely hokey and very much beyond belief, they are kind of fun. But to save you $4 for 2 minutes of fun, I'll just show you the scene.
What the hell? Come on, come on, come on, goddammit. That's it, come on, that's it, hurry!
By the way, Robert Duvall plays the role of the insurance investigator whom this movie claims is the only person who knows the true identity of D.B. Cooper. And in this scene, D.B. is chasing Duvall because Duvall has just stolen the stolen money from D.B. At any rate, the third movie I said I was going to recommend is Southern Comfort. If I told you that Southern Comfort was a film about a group of young soldiers who didn't want to be soldiers, that were taking orders that made absolutely no sense, spent their time marching through insect-infested marshy jungles, and ended up killing or being killed for no good reason, you might think that it was a Vietnam War film. But it's not. It's quite simply just a remake of Deliverance, with the exception that the men being killed by hillbillies are Louisiana National Guardsmen instead of